Welcome to TUBARS by Uncle Bris. Album reviews, ain't nothing ill as this. Putting on for the tri-state, my state, home of Philly, even the West Coast they feeling. They shared and bombed in Detroit, they watching. Subscribe to the channel, they ain't even an option. International grinding, like it a comment. Ain't no acting Hollywood, he holler back in the comments. Putting out whack music is risky. Peanut butter artists get the skip piece. If you nice, then he rate you on a family scale. Underground to mainstream, he mix it well. Some reviews are so opinionated. On keep it real, like it or hate it. But how can you hate it? It's next to greatness. At Uncle Bris 30, do me that favor. Follow that, promise he'll follow back. Realest thing to hit the internet. Hater, swallow that.
Back once again. Come on, man. Y'all know I wasn't gonna leave y'all. I told y'all I was coming with this. I definitely got to tell y'all what I thought about one of the most talked about albums of the year. They was waiting for this boy to come out. It's been a lot of reviews. A lot of people been talking about it, especially after the Kanye diss or Kanye wake up call. And I'm talking about my man J Coles' new album, For Your Eyez Only. You know I'm gonna tell y'all an honest review on that album. Also, come on, man, same day dropping. This was bold, man. Sometimes you gotta weigh these things out. And I'm talking about my man Ab-Soul. Do What Thou Wilt. I'm gonna tell y'all what I think about that. Please don't miss out on that, y'all. But of course, my pickups, I actually grabbed some really, really good stuff this past week, y'all. And some other little things I'm going to talk to y'all about. First and foremost, I got to give a shout out to this young lady, Robin Hood. Now, she contacted me on social media. I get a lot of people that, contact me on social media. And I can tell y'all sometimes, the stuff that I be receiving or the stuff that people want me to check out, some things are good, some things are not. I got to shift through and sift and do all this nonsense. But I could tell you, this new EP that she brought out called For Hire, okay? Very, very dope. Good music, quality music with a message. She got bars, she got flow, she got different styles. Her production is dope on here also. She got a couple tracks on here that I really, really enjoy. A track called Holes in My Pocket. It's another straight just hip-hop track on this joint called Heat, and this joint is just crazy. You definitely don't want to miss out on this. It's called For Hire. I know you can get it on SoundCloud. I'm not sure the other platforms that it's on yet, but you definitely don't want to miss out on that. And of course, one of the most successful, if not the most successful independent artists that ever came out in hip-hop, and I'm talking about my man Tech N9ne. Now, Tech N9ne has a huge following, and his new album, The Storm, alright, it has a lot of features on it, has a lot of tracks on it. In years in the past, I'm going to be honest, I couldn't really get with my man Tech N9ne. I didn't really start digging in him fully until maybe about six years ago or so. And he has some good music, you know what I mean? I can give and take with a lot of his stuff, but he's very well respected. And his new album, you definitely don't want to miss out on. The Storm. Grab that. Then we got Stony by my man Post Malone. Now I can tell you, Post Malone, little mixtape out a few months ago. He's back with this album. And, he's one of them guys that kind of has that similar sound. If you like what's out right now, you might want to grab that. And then, of course, one of the most, I don't even know if you want to call it, I will say this, she is classy, and she's definitely an old head right now. And I'm talking about, man, I don't mean old in any disrespectful way. Old, in a respectful way and classy. And I'm talking about Trina, all right? She has a nice little 6-song EP. You can get this joint on iTunes called Dynasty 6. And, her brag rap it doesn't go anywhere. You know what I mean? She's still, you know, telling y'all how to do it. You know what I mean? She got a nice track on here that I was vibing to called Watch This. Definitely grab this EP, y'all. And then I wanted to give a shout out to my homies over there from the Tissue and the Tape podcast. Now, they reached out to me when I first started my channel. These boys got a really, really dope podcast. You know, hip hop 365. That's all they do. 100 hours a day. You know, 399 days a year. And I'm talking about my man Philmatic, Survive. And I'm telling you, if you do not listen to the Tissue and the Tape podcast, you're really missing out on some dope information. And also they interview some really, really dope people too. They had Razcast on there, they had Rhapsody on there, they had Torre on there. So, you know, just make sure you follow my man at Philmatic. It's PHILLMATIC 365. You can follow him on whatever platform. And my man Davis Backwards. So that's DAVIS backwards. BACKWARDS. Y'all got me spelling, but I just wanted to shout my homies out, you know what I mean? Because they've been supporting me and they have a really, really good show, y'all. Tissue and the Tape podcast. And another shout out I wanted to do because somebody is doing something a little bit different out here. And these shows are recorded locally, and I'm talking about it's a really, really great show out called Shysters. And this is my man R.A. Certified. He's nominated for a few Philly Hip Hop Awards too. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he'll be performing at the Philly Hip Hop Awards. But he has a really, really good show out. It has, you know, some comedy in it. It has some serious situations in it. The show Shysters, you can watch this show on YouTube. It's in the second season, so it's been around for a little bit. I had to kind of catch up. My man was telling me about it, and I started to dig in. And it's always good to see spots that I've been in or spots that I've been around, you know, like on tape or whatever when these boys be recording. So I wanted to give a shout out to my man R.A. Certified. Keep pushing, man. The show is good. Shysters. And I'll be back, man. I got to tell y'all what I think about that new J Cole album. For Your Eyez Only. Catch me on the flip side. Video time.
You know, when I was a little kid, right? I used to sit in my window, stare down and look at all the homies on the corner. All the hustlers, all the trappers, all the D-boys. And they used to have their Gucci buckets on, match their Gucci sneaks and they fly cars and clothes and all the girls around them. Then I used to lay down and go to sleep and dream that I was them. A hustler's dream is to get to a brick. A hustler's dream is to get filthy rich. A hustler's dream to have guns with clips. A hustler's dream to have wins like a chip. That's a hustler's dream. Hustler's dream. Hustler's dream. That's a hustler's dream. Hustler's dream. A hustler's dream is have all the fast cars. A hustler's dream have all the bad bras. A hustler's dream just live like a star. A hustler's dream or just live to the Mars. A hustler's dream, yeah. Hustler's dream is to get that scale. That's a hustler's dream. Go from the 8 ball to the quarter, to the 125 to the 1,000. I make more money than your average. Pure uncut, you can stamp it. 40 in my waist while I was trapping. The neighbors kept complaining about the traffic. When I started, all I wanted was a kilo. Now I give them out like the Frito. You was broke before a rap, not Vito. I was something like De Niro in Casino. I bet house money on the step, shooting CeeLo. You a fake, you just frontin' for the people. I bought a gun that's bigger than my ego. You can run, you can hide, I can see you. At 16 lines counting up a beam. Mark went and crashed up his Beamer. My aunt found work every day in my pocket like Ace when he was working at the cleaners. A hustler's dream is to get to a brick. A hustler's dream is to get filthy rich. A hustler's dream to have guns with clips. A hustler's dream to have wins like a chip. That's a hustler's dream. Hustler's dream. Hustler's dream. That's a hustler's dream. Hustler's dream. Hustler's dream. A hustler's dream is have all the fast cars. A hustler's dream have all the bad bras. A hustler's dream just live like a star. A hustler's dream or just live to the Mars. A hustler's dream. That's a hustler's dream. Trying to rob us wouldn't do it, that's a bad move. Counting up $250,000 in my bag of room. Ladies love me like I'm MJ, plus I'm bad too. Kids would play, that's my car every time I pass through. Hustler, I started from the corner. Now the 4 houses from the corner, I'm the owner. I don't borrow, I'm the loner. All about bills like Adrian Broner. How much money do I make? I couldn't tell. When I got booked, I never tell. If the mail make it court with my package, I can bet he'll spend a lifetime in the jail. A hustler's dream is to get to a brick. A hustler's dream is to get filthy rich. A hustler's dream to have guns with clips. A hustler's dream to have wins like a chip. That's a hustler's dream. Hustler's dream. Hustler's dream. That's a hustler's dream. Hustler's dream. Hustler's dream. A hustler's dream is have all the fast cars. A hustler's dream have all the bad bras. A hustler's dream just live like a star. A hustler's dream or just live to the Mars. A hustler's dream. That's a hustler's dream.
Well, hey, I'm back. A little bit more probably shinier now. The first segment, somebody told me I was a little ashy. You know what I'm saying, around the faith area, but whatever. Listen, J. Cole, you know what I mean? A lot of talk around this. Of course, when he came out with the false prophets, there was a lot of talk around that in regards to, you know, him calling out Kanye, and you know, some people say the second verse was about Wale, you know, and of course Wale fired back or whatever, but whatever. We were waiting for this album, For Your Eyez Only, and it's a concept album. A lot of people were talking about it. A lot of people had their different views on it. It's a lot of mixed reviews on it. So of course, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you my review on it, because this wouldn't be TUBARS without it. The Uncle Bris album review show, TUBARS. All right. So For Your Eyez, it's a follow-up. We had Forest Hills Drive, you know, that came out. 2014, the end of 2014. It was critically acclaimed, you know, won whatever Grammys, I don't know, whatever. But you know, my only issue with J. Cole in years past is J. Cole to me is boring sometimes. Not that he has he doesn't have bars. He always has something to say. He is witty. But he really doesn't have a great delivery, in my opinion. He would be a great ghostwriter. And his in-house production in the past, him doing beats, you know, it kind of, to me, made the albums not as good as I thought they could have been. So now we're up to this point in J. Cole's career where he's had some life-changing experiences. And now we have For Your Eyez Only. Once again, concept album, I get it. So guess what? I'm a hop right in. It begins with For Whom the Bell Tolls. And it just basically, it's he's letting us know that he can see, you know, the pains and all of the drama before it comes. It's a nice way. It seems like it's, you know, a nice novel, you know what I mean? With it talks death and suicide and you know, having to go through things and the uncertainties of what's to come. All right, so that's how it kind of begins. You know, we're talking suicide, we're talking death. Then we go into Immortals, and this is a nice track. You know, it goes through the different things that black people go through. Also what he faces and how you could still strive and you know, keep going for what you want to do. It reflects kind of Tupac to me. You know, he talks what the society thinks of black men and how we're better than the obvious ways that we try to be successful. So, you know, he basically wants to make a change, and he wants people to listen to him and not listen to him after he goes to sleep in death. You know what I mean? Then we get into Deja Vu. And as he paints this picture, you know, of peeping this beautiful woman from a distance, you know, he's trying to play his part with trying to get with her, you know, trying to get her away from the relationship that she might be in. You know, I don't know why it's called Deja Vu. Maybe y'all can inform me, you know, maybe because he thinks he fell in love with her in the past. But, you know, that's starting to begin, you know, the turnaround. I saw this woman, I'm trying to get with her. So that track is alright. Then we get into Ville mentality. Okay, now this is a nice smooth groove from the start. I like the harmonizing and the flow. It goes through the different things he's seen that affect his thoughts. The good, the bad. He talks about people trying to use him. You gotta get out the way of the vultures and people that trying to just grasp on you for what you can possibly give them. And a lot of people thought that this track had something to do with him possibly retiring. I don't get that from this track. I just get that, he's like, listen, I need to just get away for a minute. How y'all gonna feel me when I'm gone? That type of feeling. And then we get into, and I will say that is one of the better songs on this album. I will say that. Then we get into She's Mine Part 1. Nice smooth track. It talks to him finally finding love, someone he can open up to. He's finally in love. And how men try to fight these feelings. So he's getting into his feelings on this. And I don't have a problem with that. You know what I mean? Because y'all boys running around here acting all tough like y'all don't be feeling your woman or whatever the case may be. So now it's starting to turn around for him. At the beginning we talking about killing ourselves and death, and now we have something to possibly live for. All right, and then we get into Change, and once again a song that talks growth. You can stop being blind to spiritual. Stop being ignorant in that regards. Life lessons that make you change your ways. He talks about how he could have went to jail for hustling. I think, you know what? Very, very important. He talks on the back end of the track about his friend, being gunned down, James, and you could kind of hear how hurt he was in that regards. The one thing I will say about this track, I enjoyed the track up until the back end when he has like the little funeral scene. So I can tell you, I wasn't really digging that part of it. He could have left that part out. We got it. We know what happened. Then we get into Neighbors. I really, really love this track. It has that nice loop. I really would love to hear him spit like this more often. Nice concept, trying to move to bigger and better things, trying to better your neighborhood. His neighbors, they think he's like that typical black person that they might see on social media or television. He goes through, some things that are good in his neighborhood. He's not a showy dude, And then I heard and I read somewhere, I don't know, and I probably need to do some research on this, that this is because of the drama that happened, within the song. This is like a true story that happened in North Carolina. So, if that is, it's like, from real events that happened in North Carolina. So, shout out to J Cole for just keeping it all the way real with that. Neighbors, I really, really enjoy that track. Then we have Folding Clothes. Nice jazzy groove. Another track, him and his feelings, him being a good man, him being in love. How, the woman makes it easier for him because she cares about him. She's there to support him. So, that's a nice crossover track as far as men and women are concerned. The dudes that love J. Cole, the women that now love, J. Cole. And, we all get together. We fold and clothes together. Whatever. Put them in the cupboard, hamper. I don't know. Then we got She's Mine Too. And this is something that's relatable to me. And probably relatable to a lot of you so-called thug boys out there that, when you have a kid, you realize that it's time for a change, and you have something to live for. It begins, you hear the little baby, the crying from the childbirth. It talks, your kids having to rely on you, and he's changed his life now, and how it's a precious, beautiful gift. I really, really love this track. I love the vocals on this track. And then we get into For Your Eyez. I can tell you at the end of this, the flow is dry, in my opinion. I'm not even going to front. But I know what he's saying, and it just, it goes through, he hopes that his child can listen to this. It's like he's saying, like, I'll be dead, you'll hear it. Hopefully I made you happy. You know, the different things that he hopes for his child, the better things and the warnings of not doing the same things that he did, walking down the same path. It's a nice dedication song to his child. You know, and my issues with this album, first off, that song is too long in my opinion. And my issues with this album, again, go back to production, go back to delivery, go back to his dryness on some tracks. You know what I mean? I always respect his bars. Like I said, he will be a great ghostwriter, but you know, he just don't give me the drive to go back and keep playing this joint over and over and over again. And I know I'm gonna get a lot of slack from y'all, but that's cool. I'm gonna rate this. I'm gonna get off of y'all nerves. J. Cole on the Uncle Bris rating, man. We related, fam. My cousin. And I'll be back with Ab Soul after this dope video, y'all.
Yeah! Pesh! The real catch rap! Believe that! Inshallah. Have mercy on me. The nicest. Yeah. I pray to God forgive me for my sins, all the crimes that I'm committing while I'm getting to these ends. All my peoples I done hurt, I'm talking family, ain't no friends. I can see the wolves plotting through these dark tinted lenses. All a nigga ever wanted was a rollie in the Benz, and the Keishas and the Kims, and features with Eminem. Nigga finally got back and Big showed me what could happen. Rickers told me this would happen, he said you would make him rapping. So don't be silly when it come to Philly, I'm the captain. Sometimes I can be loud, but see I'm louder with my actions. So what I gotta spell it for you, what you need to capture. Catch, rack, patch, no pics, full metal jack. We dope, crack pills, got the whole recipe. I'm rolling through the ghetto, see the undies on the left of me. At least that's who I think it is, I don't want them arresting me. If 1% of me think it's them, then it's the rest of me. I ain't gotta tell you rap is nothing, I'ma show you. I can pour you all this card and I don't even know you. The nerve of you y'all got me in my duffel. The ball is in your court, now we can pop or we can scuffle. My shooters got Lugas, Uzis, and Rugers with the muffle. Got beef in the streets, I gotta maneuver when I hustle. Nigga boo-boo, said I got prices on my head. Tell them get that refund, I'm living life, man, I ain't dead. Go ahead and get that check, little killer, and run down. Before you get it and spend it, you will be down. And they won't empty out, they would do you with one round. Smelling respect in the fear in the air when I come round. I pray to God forgive me for my sins, all the crimes that I'm committing while I'm getting to these ends. All my peoples I done hurt, I'm talking family, ain't no friends. I can see the wolves plotting through these dark tinted lenses. All a nigga ever wanted was a rollie in the Benz, and the Keishas and the Kims, and features with Eminem. Nigga finally got back and Big showed me what could happen. Rickers told me this would happen, he said you would make him rapping. So don't be silly when it come to Philly, I'm the captain. Fred Pesh, the real catch wreck. Them others just imposters that never will catch wreck. Dear Lord, have mercy on me, I'm living wrong.
Hey, and I'm back. Welcome to the third and last segment of Two Bars. I know y'all happy. Listen, I was going to put this before, originally this review was going to be before J. Cole, but Ab Soul, this definitely has to headline the show. Do What Thou Wilt. Alright, so this was, I don't know if this was strategically planned or whatever, or these balls just be dropping on the same day, whatever the case may be. I'm sure him being cool with Boss, he knew when J. Cole was dropping. And you know, J. Cole, unfortunately, Ab Soul dropping on the same day, man, I can tell you, man, not a good thing for the J. Cole and Ab Soul fans, because I'm sure y'all gonna be going back to Ab Soul more than that. So, you know what, I'ma hop right in. What we had these days of what 2014 came out, one of the dopest albums of that year. I think it might have made my top 10 albums of the year that year. And stay tuned for that. It's December. That will be coming up. We got Raw Backwards. All right, war on all you rappers. All right, let me tell you something. The way this album begins is phenomenal. All right, the production was done by Juice of all trades. This was really like, he probably does a lot of things. I just love the beat from the beginning. You know what I mean? This song is just coming straight at the whack dudes in the game. Quotables are freaking ridiculous on here. He throws that shot at my man Jay Electronica, who be in the dark, and we be waiting for this ball to come out for 19 years. You know what I mean? Come on, Jay-Z, let the ball go. But in any case, he places his whole squad, TDE, over everyone. I mean, he mentions King Kunta, which we know is Kendrick Lamar. He talks about Schoolboy Q. You know, so the way this begins, bang. Then we got Braille featuring none other than J Coles' homie, Dreamville representative, Bots. And another banger. He separates himself from the rest of the copycat MCs out here. You know, Braille for the blind listeners, you know what I mean? And what my man Ab-Soul is doing is original. Dope. And peep that video, y'all. That joint is crazy, too. Then we got Huey New Then. Huey Newton, you know what I mean? This track, the beat, crazy. It features this boy Dash. And his wittiness, once again, he's so creative. He says he hopes he's in Obama's iPod. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? And don't sleep. He might be, because Obama do definitely be in touch. He said he was going to call this track Blackout, and I can see why, because that's all he does on here. And it would have been banging if it would have been called Blackout 2. But he said the Huey Newton came to mind, so he changed it. Dash with the gritty, grimy style fits in so perfectly with this track. So far, bang. Then we get into Threatening Nature. Now, this is when you folks need to freaking open up your ears and you need to listen, all right? Stop listening for baby raps and listen to somebody that actually has some depth, all right? So it goes right into what I love about Ab-Soul. He reflects on his religious beliefs, his history and searching for the truth. In regards to his godly influences, you could agree, you could disagree. The fact is, Ab is confident enough to search on to touch on certain topics that, you know, a lot of MCs is really scared to do out here, man. You know, he smashes the fake history that they force feed our youth. Shout out to Ab-Soul. Threatening Nature, dope. Then we get into Womanogamy. I'm gonna skip over that. Not skippies. Don't get me wrong. I like the track, but fellas, you guys could definitely, you know, get your own assumption on that. You know what I mean? Then we got Invocation. All right, now IN is capitalized. Then we have Vocation. Once again, this is not nothing you could surface listen to, people. All right, this is not the baby raps that y'all getting used to out here. The beat is smooth. It got these, you know, you hear the different instruments, the horns, the piano. Once again, my man is embracing his godliness. Again, quotables. You know, he talks to him, you know, being godly. You got to peep what he spells in the chorus, y'all. It's like a reference to Allah. Then he says, he goes into the G and then the OD. You know, I mean, the references, this dude is just so witty. And then, you know, when you speak of vocation, it's like a dedication to him basically doing his own preaching work. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Use your freaking brain. Then we got Wifey versus Wildfire, dope track about infidelity. His wife don't trust him. It's whatever. He really don't care. Then we got Beat the Case. Come on, man. Featuring Schoolboy Q / Straight Crooked. Now, first on Beat the Case. The beat, dark and hard. Bang! Alright, we got the chorus. I'm gonna tell you, it's funny because it sounds like others, you know, a lot of these boys out here, but these boys got so much talent that when they rap like what's going on, it sounds so much better than the rest of these dudes. You know, and my man Ab talks about looking the judge in the face when he's facing charges. Same concept with Schoolboy. The flow is bananas. He brags about having the best album of the year. That's yet to be seen. Peak the top 10 that's coming up. And you know, no matter what hand you put on the Bible, my man Ab-Soul says, you're still going to get the bad end of the stick. Then we get into Straight Crooked, where he addresses the crookedness within the election. You know, how he has to do some things wrong for y'all to, you know, to think he's right. You know. Alright, so then we get into Portishead in the Morning and Her World. First off, that slowed down Portishead beat. I've been telling y'all about Portishead. Please, come on, y'all. give some love to Beth Gibbons. I know y'all boys don't be musically inclined, but you hear the sample in that. He begins with his demigod status on MCs. He talks about, no matter who he's in front of, he feels comfortable. He talks again to his confidence, and you better appreciate what he gives because he can easily take it away. I love how he says Satan was created and is not a creator. You know what I'm saying? This dude is just creative himself. You know what I mean? Then we got God is a Girl. Now it has a nice bounce. He tells you, what the song is about at the beginning of the song. Then the song switches. He goes ham on the John. I ain't even gonna lie. And he ends it with he swears God is a girl. Now once again, you can have your own concept, or you really got to listen to this ball. You know what I mean? Metaphorically, he's very, very witty. All right. Now you hear the call in the back. Y'all balls need to get up and get out and do something with your life. I love how he flips like those female prefixes with the misses. You definitely don't want to miss out on that. Then we got drugs, all right? It's supposed to be an acronym for Don't Ruin Us, God Said. And this track goes through the things that he's thankful for, a brief description of like the death of his father and how his mother is a good woman and how he's opposite of that. I could tell you, man, I really appreciate this track, man. This album, I'm telling you, going through, very, very good. He has a nice cry for help on the end of this track. Please don't miss out on that. Then we got Evil Genius. Again, his flow, dope on this track. As he talks how some try to pull the wool over your eyes. He's a student when it comes to different things that fool mankind. The study of these different topics, they basically keep him on his toes, and he's a evil genius, as it were, knowing certain things but doing opposite. So why did you do it to him like this, yo? Then we got Lonely Soul. Again, a smooth beat, but hard. He explains his complexity. If you pay attention, though, you can understand him. He's by himself. He's in a class, by himself. And he's basically leading the listener in the right direction, man. People fronted on their label at the beginning. It gets a little personal on the back end. He talks, chasing his dreams. While the folks that he cares about are dying. This features Punch, and Punch goes into a nice story about a homie that was shot in the face and he survived. Is it a blessing? Was it fate or was it faith? Just the questions that people go through, man. You know what I mean? And my man Ab Soul is a lonely soul. And your soul is gonna be alone when it's time for it to be claimed. Come on, Ab, stop it. You ain't got to do them like this. Then we got The Law featuring Mac Miller and Rhapsody. I could tell you, you hear Soul talk about women being God, metaphorically throughout this album. It might be metaphorically, or maybe that's something that he might believe. I don't know, but it's also him noticing the power of man throughout biblical history, which I can definitely appreciate also. But when it really all boils down to it, love is what's most important. I'm almost done, y'all, but I really don't want to, slight my man. I'm trying to do this boy some justice because this album is just dope. Rhapsody talking about the queens that should back up the man and making the man stronger. I really, really enjoyed that track too. Then we got YMF. The last track talks the uncertainty, in regards to dealing with the soul. You can't trust him. Even if he says he loves and he cares for you, you know what I mean? He's complex. Is he real or not? Is he being truthful or not? I love the Nas reference also about him carrying the torch, the cross, as it were, in regard to leading folk in the right direction. I know this was long, y'all, but I ain't want to short my man, you know what I mean? I'm going to rate this. I'm going to get off of your nerves. I really, really enjoyed this album. It is one of the better albums of the year. So, of course, Ab Soul is definitely related to me. Listen, man, I had to call me and his auntie on this one. Thank y'all for staying in here with me, hanging in here. I'm out of here. Thank you for watching TUBARS. If you do not like this video, just tell me the reason why, man. That's all. Peace. I'm out of here.